Shalom, and welcome to Da'ati, 8:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Thank you for joining us for our live broadcast. Tonight's question is a very intense one because it's a question that people have pondered throughout the ages. Historians, poets, philosophers, theologians. Why are the Jews so persecuted? This is the question that was asked to me today via email. Why are the Jews persecuted? What is it about these people that people love to persecute, pursue, chase to the ends of the earth? Now, for those who know a bit about the breakdown of human civilization, the Jews constitute a very, very small portion of humanity. If there are 7-8 billion people on the planet, we are a tiny speck, just like the land of Israel. If you look at the whole Middle East, there's a speck in the middle called Israel, the bridge between ancient Mesopotamia and Africa. So why would the Jewish people, why would these people be so profoundly focused on, when compared to the giantness, the humongous nature of collective humanity, they make up an eyelash on it, something very, very small. What is it about these people? Now, there's many answers, but I'm going to give you one I think is more relevant because we can learn from this to the collective. This is called the whole contains the part, and the part contains the whole. By learning this, we can generalize to greater humanity. There's a story that's brought down in the deeper spiritual teachings of Torah, the Zohar, in the Parsha of Noah, about Noah, the boat, and the flood. Two famous rabbis are walking in this precarious place called Mountains of Darkness. They're walking in the Mountains of Darkness, and they're discussing many esoteric ideas. Now, why are they called Mountains of Darkness? Because this is a place that's dangerous, physically and spiritually. So the narrative goes on to talk about something, as the Zohar does often, very abstract and spiritual and beautiful. But there's a question. The question's asked by the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson of blessed memory. He asks, why were two sages walking around mountains of darkness? It'd be like today saying, I'm going down to some dangerous neighborhood downtown here, and I'm going to walk around. It doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't these Torah scholars be either in the yeshiva, the house of study, or in prayer, or somewhere spiritually meaningful? Why would they be walking in a place that's dangerous, precarious, ominous? So the Rebbe says like this. This is the lesson that comes out of it. It does not say in the text that they went to the mountains of darkness. It says they found themselves in the mountains of darkness. Meaning, each and every one of us, says the Rebbe, will often find ourselves in a spiritually void and dangerous position. Our objective is to remember in those moments when the darkness comes in and difficulties fall and challenges arise. When we say to ourselves, we have everything in our spiritual potential in order to be victorious, to overcome the obstacle of the moment, then we can transcend. We say it in a very famous expression, lechatchila ariber, at first, go over. So the mountains of darkness really refer to a place in the psyche, a dangerous place where you're challenged to your very core. These two sages happen to find themselves there. And what did they do? Began discussing the Torah, began discussing the Bible. Now, if you look in the Torah, the first thing God mentions is light. God said, let there be light in Genesis. If you look at the Bible itself, light appears 5 times in the Bible, in the Torah. The rabbis asked the question, why 5 times? 5 times light? Because the Torah is called light, and there are 5 books of Moses. So come 5 times light to reveal the 5 books of Moses. So why did the rabbis in the mountains of darkness begin discussing Torah? Because that is the mission of man. To confront the darkness, and even more, to bring godliness in, to bring the Bible, to bring the Torah, to bring spirituality, spiritual wisdom into a dark moment and transform darkness into light. So having said that, we now begin to understand why the Jewish nation is meant to confront darkness. You see, the Torah ultimately is the spiritual technology required to tap into the code of the world and metamorphosize darkness into light. So when the Jewish people, either nationally or individually, have to confront darkness, we're confronted because that's the mission of the Jew, like it says in the Bible in the book of Exodus. God said to the people, the Jewish people on Mount Sinai, You will be for me a light unto the nations. Your job is to take your light, your soul, with the light of the Torah, and shine into darkness, into the mountains of darkness, and transform darkness into light, chaos into order. So that's why the Jews are meant to confront and have this ongoing challenge, because we must be the ones to show the world that even a very tiny nation can transcend the greatest of obstacles and say, let there be light, even when confronting mountains of great darkness. So for the general humanity, Jew or not Jew, every soul on this earth has a mission. Every soul in this world has a spiritual mission that they must actually accomplish, and none of us are free to simply move about without being challenged. The next time you're challenged, remember this. If the Jewish people taught humankind one thing, it's to teach them how to say against insurmountable odds, let there be light, transcend the darkness, and change the chaos into order, physical into spiritual, darkness into light. That is the mission of the Jewish nation, and that is the mission of each and every one of us. Confront those mountains, confront those obstacles, and remember, everything you need, you already have. All you need to do is believe in yourself and say in those challenging moments, let there be light. Be blessed. Have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. live. And God willing, you will have a successful, spiritually meaningful week. Take care and shalom.